Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I am so excited because in today's video we are doing some acrylic pouring and we're going to be using some texture paste, shimmer texture paste. There may or may not be some resin, we don't know yet, we'll see how it goes, but it's going to be a fun one, so let's get to it. So I have my canvas here. I've gone for this oval one because it's fun. And I feel like I need to pick out my colors. Now, this is my box of acrylics. I don't have a lot just because I don't do a lot of acrylic pouring, but let's have a look. So I think we definitely need black and white because we're going to do like split canvas, negative spacey situation. So we're going to use those for sure. And then let's see, I did like this copper one time when I used it. So that, and then I feel like I want one of these. I'm not sure which one. There's not a lot in here either. Okay, let's go for the lighter one. And then I think I want this, which is a coral color. I don't think I've used it, so let's see what this color looks like. Okay, that looks like a pretty color. So we're going to use that. And what else? I think that should be it. I mean, if I did want a wild card, I could throw in one of these, but I'm not sure. Pastel yellow, maybe not. Okay, we'll keep it as like a wild card. I don't know. Okay, so we have our colors. I think we are going with these and we'll see how we get on. We may or may not use this. So as I mentioned, I want to do half and half on the canvas. I want to do black and white. So here I'm just drawing out the black outline and pouring the rest of the black on the side, and then the other side is going to be white. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing I don't think I have enough paint. Like, I don't think I have enough white and black for the base. So that's not good, but I'm going to do my best to spread it out and hope for the best. Now that the two of these are down, I can go ahead and pour down the colors that we picked. And those are going to go in the center where the black and white meet. So I'm going with the blue, followed by the peach or the coral, and finally the copper. And I've decided to skip the yellow for this one. And now that these are on, it is time to use my blow dryer and blow these out. Now, this technique is very common when it comes to acrylic paints. I personally have not done it before, and I think it's going to be very evident in this video that I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, we already knew that.
But here on my channel, you are going to see good, bad, ugly, all of it as it plays out. So yeah, I don't think it's going very well for me.
Oh, really?
I'm feeling like the colors aren't blowing out as they should. I do feel there's not enough paint on the bottom, as I mentioned, and I'm pretty sure I'm not even doing this technique properly. So I was sat there staring at it, and then I decided to add another streak of copper just to try and save it. Even though at this point I don't think there's any saving this, I just decided to go for it. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but this looks like shit. Like, people make it look so easy. I don't even know what I did wrong. It looks like absolute shit. Like, this stuff, this texture paste can't even salvage what I have done here. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm just gonna try and tilt it, see if I can make this situation any better. It looks bad, like really bad.
So let's see.
So the way I have gone about the tilting is that I have pretty much gone ahead and tilted off most of the black. I mean, you will see hints of it, but I went ahead and just kind of tilted all of that off the canvas, because with the colors that I have on there that are so pastel, I just felt like the black was too jarring. And because we're tilting this anyway, I figured I could go ahead and just get it right off the canvas. So this is what we're looking like at the moment. It's definitely not how we planned it, and I'm just standing there staring at it for a bit to try and figure out what I'm going to do next. So in the little corner that we have the white, I decided to add a tiny bit more white and create somewhat of a negative space. Once again, I do not know if this was a good idea. I don't think there's any good idea at this point.
We don't have any good ideas.
But that's what I've done, and I'm gonna leave this to dry, and then we will figure out what else can we do to it, if anything. So this is all dry now. I have decided that it's not all bad.
You keep telling yourself that.
I mean, sure, it doesn't look like anything that we planned, but I do like some bits of it. I like the copper that's going through it. I think that metallic looks really nice. And I think I like the little black crackles that we have at that end. So now I'm going into my resin headspace, and I have decided to add crystals in that white negative space corner. And basically I'm putting down some large acrylic ones at first, and then I will layer them up with some quartz crystals, like quartz chips, and then basically set it all down with a nice thick layer of resin. So I have mixed up my Jade Diction Officials resin. I'm going to link it with my discount code in the description below. And this is something that doesn't get old. It is always satisfying to come on and do a flood coat of resin on a project. So I'm taking my time and just massaging this epoxy into the canvas. Now I am just coming on with some diamond dust and sprinkling some of that onto the wet resin and in the crystals, just to give it that added sparkle, because why would you not? And I want to remind anyone that is working with epoxy resin, make sure you're using the right PPE, and your health is your discretion, and make sure you protect yourself and don't breathe in anything that you shouldn't be. And even when you're handling crushed glass and diamond dust, I recommend you wear your mask or your respirator, because you don't want these particles getting into your lungs. Okay, so I have popped the bubbles and we are going to leave this to cure.
Okay, so I have a theory though. My theory is that there's something wrong with my paints.
Oh, really?
I know. I'm blaming it on the paints. My lack of skill being blamed on the paints. No, but seriously, I remembered that when I did this other acrylic pouring technique, I also had issues with my paint, and they're the same paints. The black and white were the same ones that I used. So I think there's something wrong with the paints, or at least I should try and rule that out. So I'm going to order another set of paints and we're going to try this again. And we're going to let this dry, whatever this is. And I might see how it dries, and we might try and salvage it one way or the other, because I like my oval canvas, you guys. Okay, so that's the plan. We let this dry, we see what we can do with it. In the meantime, order new paints and we try it again.
Also, Sky wants to remind you to like, comment and sub, and ring that notification bell to get notified every time I post another video. So my paints are here. I just ordered a pack of 34 acrylic pouring paints from Amazon, and I think this will make it clear if it's just me and my lack of skill, or if it was the paints. And either way, honestly, it's a little embarrassing, let's face it. But like I said, on this channel, you're gonna see good, bad, ugly, everything, because honestly, like, you don't end up creating beautiful art every single time. Like, that's just not how it goes. You're gonna have fails, and several of them. So this video might be just full of things that didn't go well. but you will see them all, I promise you. So I picked up my colors. Once again, I've got black, white, and I've gone for like some sunsetty colors. Like I've gone for yellow, orange, and a pinky color, just to sort of change it up a little bit. And I have a new oval canvas, and hopefully it works this time.
Fingers crossed.
So once again, I don't have enough of black and white. Like, I literally should have ordered more of these when I ordered the paint, because again, I'm gonna have that issue where there's not enough paint on the surface. So yeah, looks like I don't learn my lesson the first time around.
You never learn, do you?
Once these are spread out, I'm going in with the colors and finally gonna hit them with blow dryer. Now that I'm looking back at this, I realize that there's definitely another thing that I did wrong amongst several things, is that when I've seen videos of people do this, they first pull the white and the black on top of the colors and then blow them out. And I haven't done that. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but I've definitely seen people do that and I haven't been doing that. So that could be a factor as well. After the blowout, I'm just using a straw and kind of trying to feather out some of this paint, because again, it just hasn't done very much. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to leave it to dry and we'll come back and see what it ends up looking like. Okay, so the paint is now dry and it is not looking good, but I did tell you that we were going to try out this shimmer paste in this video, so we are going to go ahead and use some of that. So for now, ignore the rest of the canvas. We are trying to see if this shimmer paste is any good. So I'm just using a fan brush here and I'm just sort of applying the paste to the edge where the black and white meet and where those feathery bits are. And the paste is white as I'm applying it, but I think it's meant to dry clear with a bit of shimmer. So once again, we'll find out. I figured, I know the canvases didn't work out the way I wanted, but at least let's just go ahead and figure out if this paste works, just so then we know for the next time if this paste is of any use at all. So I'm going to leave the paste to dry and come back and show you both of these finished. So this is what the first one looks like. I do love some elements of it. I love the copper. I like some of that black crackle. Once I've done whatever I've done to it, I'm not too mad at it now. I think adding the resin and crystals did make it better, but do let me know in the comments what you think. And this is the second one that we did. Now the paste has dried. It has dried somewhat clear. I don't think it adds any value, to be honest, and I'm glad I tested it on this canvas. Of course, it is so wrong in so many ways. The paint is streaky, the white and black just looks awful, but we did the test anyway.
So this is why I should stick to what I know, which is mainly resin. But funnily enough, I actually like the mess up one better than the actual one. And sometimes art turns out very differently to the way you planned, much like life. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.